Being a good man starts when you learn from your mistakes as a young man. So if she is good for you, do not reject her. Keep her. She is a keeper, so you must keep her. What's going on, YouTube world? This is your guy, Sealz the Man, and I'm back at you with another video. And in this video, I'm speaking to my young men out there, but at the same time speaking to parents out there too, or guardians and anyone who's looking over a young man. And in this essential video, I'm going to tell you about the things I wish my parents taught me about girls when I was young. But before we get to that, please subscribe. If you like understanding the mind of good men, and in this case, if you want to know more about understanding the mind of young men, I highly suggest you follow me on this channel. Like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. And make sure you hit the bell so anytime I post something, you get a notification. You get the front row seats to Sealz the Man. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm gonna tell you this. A lot of the things that I learned about girls, about young women, about women was later on in my late 20s. Even in my early 20s, I thought I knew, but I ain't know nothing. So in those times, I had a lot of trial and error and mess ups and jack things up. My communication was so horrible. I said so many wrong things. And that is the problem with young people. Not even young men, just young people in general. We think we know everything and we don't know jack. My mom used to always say, I've been there, done that. That line was burned in my brain when I was a young man because I always debated it. I always said, no, you don't. This generation is different from yours. But as I got older, as I got past my 30s, I realized the more things change, the more they stay the same. And that cannot be more true. So to all the young men out there, I'm gonna help put you on game. And to the parents, the guardians, the ones who are taking care of young men, definitely take notes. So the first thing I wish my parents taught me about girls when I was a young man was to not rush. Take your time. Middle school, high school was like New York City, Tokyo, all combined in one. All that traffic, all those traffic jams, everything's going fast, non-stop. That was what middle school and high school was to me. It seems like there were too many things to comprehend and take all at once, but I was doing the best I could. And in that rushed environment, I had a rushed understanding and a rushed learning of how to talk to girls. Because back then I thought girls just wanted flowers and candy and someone to hold their hand and walk them home. Man, I'm so embarrassed to think about this. But I just didn't know. Nobody told me that girls want actual things that actually matter. But because this environment, once again, was so rushed and fast, I didn't sit down and think about the things that mattered, the things that were important, the things I needed to work on to become a better young man and a great young man to a young lady. And then you get influenced by your other young male counterparts and friends, and you're young, so you don't know how to formulate your own opinion and go with what you believe and go with your word. Other people's opinions weigh so much on an undisciplined young man. So you see all these things just happening all at once every single day. It's craziness, it's mayhem. But if there's one thing I wish I knew, it would be to take my time and don't rush anything. Because if I did that, then I would have learned how to talk to girls at that time. I would have known that if I asked them what they would like, then I would know what they would like and not just go off what I thought I knew what girls wanted. The second thing I wish my parents told me about girls when I was a young man is just because she's a popular girl does not mean she's a good girl for me. You see, in school, the popular girls were the most popping girls. They got everything they wanted. I feel like they got favoritism from the teachers. And don't let them be in sports because now they get out of class early to go to their games. So it seemed like these girls, these popular girls, ran the school. Even the popular boys wanted girls, which were popular girls, so they even had control over the popular boys. So popular girls ran the schools. And as a young man, that seems like a shiny toy, like a huge trophy to have a popular girl on your side. So then there was a time I did get a popular girl. She was so fine, man. Everybody knew her, and now everybody knew that I was her guy. The first 3 days were great. And after that, it went downhill. You see, I was looking at the shininess of the outside. Her popularity brought me in. But what I didn't know was her inside, her true self, what made her her. So when I found out, I realized she's not compatible with me. We are not on the same page. We don't even think the same. You see, I was so quick to get her. I was so quick to catch her that I didn't date her. Because dating, like I say in my previous videos, is about getting to know the person, figuring them out, scouting them. I ain't do none of that. In fact, I probably didn't even know what dating was back then. So just because something is shiny, just because a girl is super popular and everyone wants her, just because it seems like she has everything you need in your young man life, does not mean she is for you. In fact, as I found out, the quiet girls, the girls who are about their learning and academics, are the best because they're about their grades, they are about their future, and most likely they have a great support system back at home that keep them on the right track, and those type of girls will better your life. Listen to me, man. The third thing I wish my parents taught me about girls when I was a young man: the girl that sticks with you in your most embarrassing and worst times is a keeper. The girl that sticks with you when you fall off your bike and everyone is laughing around you and she sticks up for you and defends you. The girl who pats you on your back when your teacher embarrasses you because you're being a class clown and now your feelings are hurt is a keeper. The girl who pulls you away from fights instead of pushing you into fights is a keeper. Pay attention to the girls who are good for you and does good things for you. You see, the problem with young men, even when I was a young man, I thought that girls came in abundance. I thought that I can get a girl whenever, forever, however. I thought that there was an infinite amount of good girls for me and that I wouldn't have to worry about keeping a good girl if I lost one. But what I didn't realize is that girls are not objects. They are not here for my enjoyment. They are not here for my plug and play purposes. And you will learn this later on when you become an older man. It doesn't change. And once again, what I say, the more things change, the more they stay the same. If you learn these things at an early age, I promise you, you will set yourself up for a successful future and a successful manhood. Being a good man starts when you learn from your mistakes as a young man. So if she is good for you, do not reject her. Keep her. She is a keeper, so you must keep her. Don't mess it up. The fourth thing I wish my parents told me about girls when I was a young man is that a girl's parents are worried about her 24/7. And if you are her boyfriend, you need to be the extension of them. You need to be the extension of her parents. Not saying that parents don't worry about their sons the same, but let's be real. Girls go through so much in this wicked world. Harassment, kidnapping, rape, heckling. Those are all terrible acts with the main victim being a girl. So her parents are worried about her all the time. So young man, what you need to understand is that if you truly want to be her boyfriend, if you truly act like you care and that you love her, you need to protect her. You need to watch out for her. You need to be an extension of her parents. Her parents are willing to do anything to protect her. So if you claim you care about her, you need to be an extension of that. Not saying you need to be her parent, but you need to be the loved one to take care of her, to protect her, to watch out for her. Parents cannot and will not be around their children 24/7, even though they may wish they could, but that's just not reality. You, young man, are there for the rest of the hours that she's not with her parents, which is school, after school programs, sports, etc. So you gotta take that responsibility seriously. As you should also know, this is a huge staple in being a good man. You must be able to protect yours. And it's also a benefit for you. Don't think you're just sacrificing yourself. Just think. Imagine, how would you feel if something happened to your girlfriend? How would you feel if you're the one that has to tell her parents something happened to her? How would you feel? I already know the answer. Don't be that young guy. And the fifth and final thing that I wish my parents told me when I was a young man is that when you go into a relationship, a real, full relationship with a girl, you should have a long-term invested intent with her. When you go into a relationship, you should have the intent to marry her. Now you might be saying, man, Sealz the man, I am way too young to think about marriage. What is wrong with you? I can't even afford a ring, bro. Are you going to pay for it, Sealz? I understand, but hear me out. When you go into relationships with the intent to marry, you are putting yourself on the correct path to a successful relationship. It does not mean that you need to marry her next year as a 17-year-old. It does not mean you need to start quoting rings 6 months after you've been with her. What I mean is when you envision success, you prepare yourself for success. And that goes in all aspects of life. As a 17-year-old, as a 16-year-old, if I want to be a successful CEO of a business, a finance business, then what I need to do now is learn about finances, the intricacies of finance, the 101 of finance. I need to read up on success stories of financial CEOs. I need to watch videos on what it takes to run a finance firm. So just because I want to be a CEO and founder of a financial firm does not mean I'm going to be that in the next 5 years or even the next 10 years. But what I'm doing is setting up my mindset, creating the path towards that goal. If I want to be a world-class Olympian as a 16-year-old, as a teenager, I know it's going to take time to get there. So what I need to do now is start today. I need to hire a coach. I need to find a gym. I need to practice. I need to work out. I need to do the things that's going to prepare me. I need to do the things that's going to set me up for success so that I may become that one day. I need to plant the seeds now so that they may grow to my dream goal. So when you go into relationships, not even as a young man, even later on down the line as you get older, I highly suggest you go in thinking you want to marry this girl, this woman. And this is also a gauge for you. If you do not see her as a wife, if you do not see yourself marrying this young woman, then you do not need to be in a relationship with this young woman. And this is not a one-way street. This goes back to you as well. If you do not see yourself as an honest and healthy partner to this young woman, then you should not be in a relationship with her. Do not waste her time and do not waste your time. And I remember, man, as a young man, I felt like I had all the time in the world. But I'm warning you now, as you get older, that shrinks. So enjoy your time now as a young man. But remember to respect girls. Don't rush. Take your time. Just because she's popular does not mean she's for you. Never let the outside factors influence you more than the inside contents. The girl who sticks with you through your worst times is the keeper. Do not mess that up and do not take advantage of her. A girl's parents are worried about her 24/7. When they are not able to be around them and you claim to be her boyfriend, you need to be an extension of them and protect her at all costs. Watch out for her. Be there for her. Also emotionally and mentally. Protection impacts all three phases. And last but not least, go into relationships with the intent to marry. Go into relationships with the intent of a long-term relationship and commitment. Your brain works towards anything you want. Now that could be a good thing and a bad thing. Your brain literally changes and alterates things so that you may get to what you want. The body is amazing. The mind is amazing. So if you put your mind towards a long-term commitment, then your brain and your body will work towards that. And on the flip side of the coin, if you want a short-term commitment with a woman, you will most likely get just that. So make sure your mind is in the right place. So thank you for checking me out. I hope I was able to show my young men out there and parents out there and guardians how young men think and what they should know as a young man to prepare themselves to be a good man. It's never too early to live right. Peace and blessings to y'all. Goodbye.